There was a Nintendo Direct today. A ton of games were revealed. It was just overall a very big, very good Nintendo Direct. Now, I had to look it up because, I've always heard of Nintendo Direct. And I've always just kind of wondered, how often is it? And I came to find out, there's not like a ton of consistency with it. It just looks like it's every now and then. It's maybe once every 2 or 3 months, it looks like. The last one was November 14th of last year, so, 2 or 3 months ago. And every Nintendo Direct is different. This one is referred to as a partner showcase, and I believe that one is the one where they just reveal a whole bunch of different games from a lot of their different partnering and developing companies. And so yeah, of course, that is why we just got a ton of game reveals today. So there were 2 big Xbox games that were revealed for the Nintendo Switch, and these were 2 of the 4 that were expected from Xbox's claim last week of, 4 of their exclusives going multi-platform. So this is Grounded and Pentiment. Grounded is coming April 16th, so in a couple months. Pentiment is actually launching tomorrow, Thursday. Now, 2 that were actually kind of absent today that I thought was kind of interesting were the other 2 that were expected from that set of 4 Xbox exclusives. So Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush, those were not announced for the Switch in Nintendo Direct, but actually, funny enough, those were today announced for the PS5. Very interesting. I am wondering if those 2 will eventually make their way to the Switch later this year, and vice versa, right? I'm wondering if Grounded and Pentiment will make its way to PS5. Now, there were a ton of other games, a lot of them being third-party games that were announced, and it looks like a lot are coming out in summer and fall of this year. Just a ton of titles. I won't go over all of them, but there's a Sword Art Online game that looks cool. There's a brand new Super Monkey Ball. There's also a game called Penny's Big Breakaway, which is a 3D platformer that is actually made by the creators of Sonic Mania, so that is actually kind of cool. There were also a bunch of Rareware games that were announced. So, Rare, the company that's behind Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong Country, all the old cool N64 games. They have a bunch of games that were announced today that are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. A lot of these are classic games, such as Battletoads, Killer Instinct, Blast Corps. So that is very cool for people who like the classics. And speaking of classics, the 2 titles that really stuck out to me today were Epic Mickey and the classic Battlefront series. So yeah, Star Wars Battlefront, you remember it. It was a great game. I remember Battlefront 2, but I don't really know much about Battlefront 1. But yeah, it was announced that they are coming out with a Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection that is releasing in less than a month from now on March 14th. It's going to be remastered versions of, I believe, the first 2 Battlefronts. It's going to be new characters and bonus maps as well, so that is very cool. I know a ton of people grew up with Battlefront 2, so that is very exciting. And then Epic Mickey, so it's called Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Looks like this is a remastered version of the 2011 game Epic Mickey. What's cool about this is that it looks like this is actually releasing on all platforms, so not just Switch. Very cool because in 2011, I believe Epic Mickey only came out on the Wii, so it's great for people who are just Xbox or PlayStation gamers. And what is also very cool about this is that it looks like it is being remastered by Purple Lamp Studios. I absolutely love them. They are the team that are not only behind Sea of Thieves, but also the 2 big SpongeBob games that came out in the past 2 or 3 years now, so the remastered version of Battle for Bikini Bottom, and then the spiritual successor to that, which was called the Cosmic Shake, that came out last year. If you don't know anything about those games, I know you're just scratching your head thinking, why does it matter? Who cares about SpongeBob? But if you know those games, you know that those games are awesome. And Purple Lamp did a great job remastering the original Battle for Bikini Bottom. The graphics look great. They added a lot of good stuff while just kind of sticking to the core of the game. So yeah, this remaster of Epic Mickey will definitely be great. And like I said, there were just so many other third-party titles as well. If you want to look them up, you definitely can, because I'm not doing it justice. I'm not going over everything. But to close out, it looks like they also teased a Pokemon Presents presentation that is going to be on Tuesday next week. So we just got 6 days now. And obviously with Pokemon, there's a lot to talk about. There's different apps, there's Pokemon Go, there's even Pokemon Sleep. But obviously people will definitely be wondering what they are announcing for the actual mainline series. We might hear something about the 10th generation of Pokemon. I cannot believe they're already on number 10, but especially with the upcoming Switch 2 that's probably going to get released early next year, it would kind of make sense that they would at least tease something with the new generation of Pokemon in this upcoming presentation. We will find out about that in just 6 days, but overall, really good stuff today from the Nintendo Direct. I'm really excited for all of these games, all of the remasters, as well as the new titles we're getting. I know a lot of people have said 2024 is going to be a dry year for gaming, as no consoles are set to come out, and there's not going to be like big exclusives coming out, but this Nintendo Direct was really good. It was really full of a lot of games that are still going to pack the rest of 2024.